need to talk about this. Seriously. Whatever happened between Bai Lu and Dylan Wang behind the scenes of their latest drama isn't just strong chemistry. No. This is on a level where even the staff didn't know whether to keep filming or just step out and give them a moment. You think you've seen intensity? You haven't seen anything until you've watched their behind-the-scenes footage. It all started with a romantic scene. Sweet, emotional, quiet tension. The kind where the male lead leans in, the female lead starts to tremble slightly, and you're expecting a soft confession or maybe a forehead touch. Cute. Simple. But on the fourth take, things didn't go as scripted. Bai Lu let out a sound. A real one. A moan. Not a loud scream. Not a dramatic gasp. A subtle, involuntary moan that made the entire set freeze. It wasn't in the script. It wasn't for show. It was reflexive, unplanned, and extremely real. The director immediately yelled, "Cut. Bai Lu, are you okay?" And Bai Lu, clearly embarrassed, laughed and said, "Sorry, reflex." As if she just bumped into a chair and not, made the entire room reconsider what acting even means. But Dylan didn't laugh. He didn't back away. Even after the director called cut, he stayed right there, his hand still gently holding Bai Lu's face. Their faces were inches apart. She turned away in embarrassment, but he leaned in again, as if he forgot they were still being filmed. As if it was no longer a scene. One crew member later said, "Everyone on set just stood there. We weren't filming a drama anymore. It felt like we were watching two people fall in love in real time." The director had to physically get up, pat Dylan on the shoulder, and joke, "Bro, that was acting, right?" Dylan didn't respond. He just smiled. From that day, everything changed. Whenever Dylan and Bai Lu appeared together, something felt different. It wasn't just chemistry anymore. There was an edge of something unspoken, something real. In official behind-the-scenes clips released later, Dylan could be seen fixing Bai Lu's hair, lingering just a little too long between takes, whispering things that made her burst into uncontrollable laughter and look away like a schoolgirl with a crush. Fans weren't just watching a drama anymore. They were witnessing a situation spiraling beautifully out of the hands of the writers. Social media went into meltdown. Fans began analyzing every frame like scholars dissecting ancient texts. One user posted, "That was not acting. Bai Lu's moan was real and Dylan's reaction? Oh, he felt that." Another wrote, "The way he didn't stop even after cut, we are in trouble." Someone even uploaded a fan edit of the moment in slow motion, layered with a sad ballad and soft filters. The video got thousands of retweets and became one of the most talked about clips of the week. And the funniest part? Dylan started acting like a changed man. He began hanging around Bai Lu more during breaks, insisting on redoing scenes that, frankly, looked fine to everyone else. One crew member said, "It's like he wanted excuses to do the scene again and again." In an interview a week later, a talk show host played the behind-the-scenes clip and asked Bai Lu about it. She immediately screamed, hid her face behind her script, and laughed like she'd been caught stealing. Dylan, on the other hand, remained calm, smiling slightly and saying, "That wasn't acting for me." The room went silent. The host had no follow-up. None of us needed one. After that, every single fan interaction, press interview, or event appearance was closely watched. People were no longer asking if they were dating. They were trying to figure out how long it had been happening behind the scenes. One day Bai Lu was asked, "Who's the co-star that made your heart race the most?" Without hesitation, she said, "Wang Hedi, because sometimes I couldn't tell if he was acting or being serious." Dylan was asked on a radio show, if you could do a romance drama with one person for the rest of your career, who would it be? He smiled and said, "If possible, the same one I'm working with now." That was all fans needed. The forums exploded. People posted side-by-side comparisons of Dylan's expressions when looking at Bai Lu versus everyone else. His eyes, his posture, even the way he laughed, it all changed when she was near. There was one fan-captured moment during a break on set where Bai Lu looked cold. Dylan immediately walked over and started rubbing her back, saying nothing. She didn't move away. She leaned slightly against him, like it was the most natural thing in the world. At this point, no one needed a press release. Even though the production wrapped, they were still spotted leaving together in the same van, attending private screenings seated side by side, laughing at inside jokes only they seemed to understand. They were no longer co-stars. They were something else. Something softer, deeper, and possibly much more complicated. It all started with a moan. Just one. But maybe, just maybe, it was never really about the scene at all. Sometimes, the real drama happens when the cameras are supposed to stop rolling, but your heart doesn't.